Welcome back, Wolfpack. For let's see, we have a battle from Dave for this Fan Fridays. I'm wondering what that combo is going to be up to. I mean, Talonflame Ursaring. That only sounds like it could be good things. I only want to see good things from it. Also, I mean, Metachamp follow-up, I cannot complain at all. So that's going to be the Ursaring and the Talonflame versus the Conkeldurr and Charizard. Well, it looks like Talonflame has a pretty good chance against the Conkeldurr. We're going to see how the rest of this battle plays out, and it's a Mega Charizard Y. So naturally, Conkeldurr probably going to want to switch out, probably going to want to protect, going to try to absorb some hits, and we're going to just see how this gets played around, you know. Talonflame could just go for the Charizard. We can always just see what, yeah. Oh, I was about to say, so Ursaring going to protect, I believe it has Quick Feet, something like that, and Talonflame going to be a little bit of a support, and throughout the Tailwind just to see what the opponent is up to. And Charizard, Ancient Power Charizard. That Talonflame counter right there survives with the Focus Sash, and now I think we're about ready to see some crazy shenanigans. Ursaring went for the, Conkeldurr went for the Drain Punch, and it's going to get its Life Orb boost as well, so Conkeldurr playing risky. I guess just expecting, like, you know, the opponent had a good idea. It's like, yeah, Talonflame's not going to focus me, he knows I'm going to switch out or something like that. So Ursaring going to go for the Facade onto the Charizard, get the one-hit KO. I mean, we already knew that the Acrobatics was going to KO Conkeldurr as well, and that was actually pretty good right there. Just like Focus Sash, you know, I'm going to get Focus Sash procs, now I can just rely on the Acrobatics for a while, and Ursaring just threw out some crazy hits. So now it's Nidoking and Sylveon on the field, so Talonflame's just going to Acrobatics right into the Sylveon. Not enough to KO, but Ursaring with the Facade right there, going to pick up Sylveon. And my guess is, you know, what's Nidoking going to do? Going for the Flamethrower. So it just wants Ursaring out of there. Going to be a good amount of damage. Burn is not going to finish off Ursaring, and I don't think there's much else to say but GG. I guess like Earth Power would have been able to KO the Ursaring, but between Facade and Acrobatics, I don't think it mattered anymore. So I wasn't expecting the battle to be this quick, you know? Actually, if we go really quick, I believe Dave submitted 2 battles. So let's go, and yeah, he brought it on that. So let's go and check out that other battle then. We have enough time, might as well go for 2 for 1 on this one. Now give me some time as I type in the code. And there we have it, same team from Dave, so it looks like he's on a bit of a sweeping spree. I'm going to see how this battle ends up going as well. So that's going to be a Terrakion Suicune Open. Okay, that's a bit interesting. Talonflame and Ursaring coming out yet again. We can kind of see, you know, Terrakion versus Talonflame, very interesting matchup. Ooh, Terrakion doesn't want to deal with it though. And I guess it kind of doesn't matter because, you know, we have that Focus Sash on the Talonflame and Thunderous comes in. So we're going to get a Protect on the Ursaring. Just kind of that standard procedure. Talonflame getting its Tailwind. I mean, the combo, in theory, just works out so well that, you know, unless Talonflame gets double focused, which most people aren't going to do. They're like, I'm going to throw rocks Talonflame's way. I'm not expecting the Focus Sash. And then Ursaring, it gets its Burn Orb proc, Focus Sash happens, and then all sorts of goodness with the Acrobatics. So then Talonflame is going to Acrobatics into the Suicune. Suicune, very tanky Pokemon though. Not going to take that, but then Facade going to pick up the Suicune on top of it. So that was a pretty good follow through right there. Thunderbolt is going to hit Ursaring. And I guess the opponent's like, okay, if I Thunderbolt Ursaring, I'm not, I guess the opponent did not expect Suicune to go down and just decided to throw out the Scald on the Talonflame for the pickup. Terrakion's going to Protect to try to soak up the damage from the Talonflame, and yeah, the Acrobatics getting the prediction and landing onto Thunderous. Not very effective, but Ursaring going to be super speedy with the Facade, and that's going to finish off Thunderous. So, I mean, that was kind of obvious play. It's like, oh, why is he bringing in Terrakion? I'm going to super affect him. So that's pretty good. And then Gardevoir comes in. So, looks like it's going to be an easy pickup on the Terrakion unless he goes for the double protect. Gardevoir, it can still... Wow, Gardevoir picked up the Gale Wings. Like, I don't know what that's going to do, but it's interesting to see that Gardevoir has Gale Wings. And there's that. So, Talonflame with the Acrobatics. That's going to hit the unprotected Terrakion. Not going to be enough to KO, but the Facade is going to go and finish that one up. So that's Gardevoir versus the world, but I think Gardevoir is going to have a happy time with this. That's going to be Hyper Voice, and that's going to pick off 2 Pokemon for 1 right there. But that's a 2v1, and Gardevoir, it's going to have a hard time fighting that one out, I feel. So we're just going to kind of wait for that to happen. And the Pokemon that can come in are going to be Medicham. Medicham doesn't have the greatest time either, and the Clefable. So I mean, I could see a Clefable Stalwart. And also, my guess is, now that I'm thinking about it, because of the Tailwind, Ursaring can have quick feet, but this is most likely a Guts Ursaring. He's been doing too much damage under that Tailwind. Gardevoir going to go for that Protect to stall it out, and that's pretty much what that is. Fake Out, not going to land. Cosmic Power, so Clefable's getting some free setup at least. And Medicham can throw out a Bullet Punch, get that damage in on the Gardevoir. So that's going to be a Hyper Voice. Medicham going to get one shot by that Hyper Voice, so we just have Sweepy Gardevoir, you know, hit points, or not hit points, just special attack and speed invested. But that's going to be a Toxic. So Gardevoir, it's on a timer now, and Clefable, he's got leftovers. We saw the Cosmic Power really making it life good for Clefable. So, I mean, yeah, the Bullet Punch from Medicham probably would have helped things out. Probably wouldn't have been a KO, but it would have been nice. So that's going to be a Hyper Voice, and then Clefable, Moonlight. Yeah, I was about to say, if Clefable's got Moonlight, you can Wish Protect, you can do all sorts of crazy things with that. So there's the Moonlight, and he's losing about half his health from the Hyper Voices, but the leftovers is going to say, nah, I'm getting most of that back anyway, so it doesn't matter. And Gardevoir, now it's going to just be a Toxic Stall. And that's what it looks like we're up against. So Hyper Voice really needs to crit to win. Moonlight just going to, hey, I'm getting all my health back, you know, going to get that Toxic Stall. No reason to really do anything else. And that's going to be game in a couple turns. So after that, Clefable almost getting back up to full health. Probably won't, might have full health actually after the end of this turn. So we're just going to kind of wait to see Gardevoir, you know, throwing out the Hyper Voice. And Clefable just going to be throwing out the Moonlight. So Clefable with one more Moonlight, and now this battle is definitely longer than the first one. We can give it that 188, getting the leftovers heal. That's going to push us up to 200, so not quite full health, but that Toxic is doing quite a bit, and Gardevoir doesn't really have too many answers for it. So Hyper Voice from the Gardevoir going to hit Clefable once again. Clefable staying close, or staying up high in health, uses that Moonlight, going to get a lot of health back, going to be back at full. And then the Toxic, you know, it's pretty much over after this. That Toxic, Clefable probably, if it had any kind of offensive moves, might have been able to finish off the game right now, but you just don't want to take those kinds of risks. So that's going to be poison damage on Gardevoir, and it's pretty much over by this point. So Hyper Voice, we watch it do not quite half. Moonlight going to end in style with those full hit points, and that's going to be the Toxic Burn. So interesting point at the end, because I mean, a lot of work got done. Talonflame Ursaring just really picked it up and was like, hey, we're going to do well. Gardevoir came in, really evened out the playing field, and it kept the battle interesting, but that was a good set of battles right there. I like the combo, right? You know, people, if they don't expect the Focus Sash, they just get run over by the Facade Ursaring with Guts. Like, stab Facade, man, that's going to be crazy under that Tailwind. So if you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you all get ready for some more Fan Fridays.